Namaste, I'm Shubhi Mathur and I welcome you all to yet another episode of the Ikigai series of Let Us Talk. We hope you are enjoying this Ikigai series and your search for your Ikigai has begun. Let me tell you, this search will not only keep you positively and creatively occupied, but it will also help you to discover some hidden talent of yours. Till now, we saw how in her 60s, Mrs. Deepa Mathur found her Ikigai in playing a piano. We also saw how in her 50s, Mrs. Yamini Das pursued a career in acting. Now, let us step one decade further. Let us come to 40s. Today we have someone whom you would have earlier seen on our channel teaching you facial yoga, pranayam and yoga for thyroid. But was she always a yoga teacher? How did she become a yoga teacher? Ikigai can happen in any form and it can be triggered from anything. So let us welcome Mrs. Alpana Nayyar and hear from her journey of finding her Ikigai of becoming a yoga teacher at the age of 45. Welcome, Alpana.
Namaste. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be on your channel always. Thank you so much.
As a speaker this time.
Yes.
So let me start with the most basic question, that at what age you started to learn yoga and what got you into learning yoga?
I started learning yoga when I was 40.
Okay.
Basically, I had a very severe attack of vertigo.
Okay.
And somebody told me that, if you do yoga, you may not need medicine next time.
Yeah.
So I started learning from a teacher who's my mentor for yoga. Her name is Sukanya. And she also started teaching us breathing exercises, not only yoga, pranayam also.
Okay.
So that was the thing which really helped me and I never looked back. I never got vertigo again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody referred you और एकदम से आपने योगा शुरू करा या you took time? Like usually होता है ना कि हमें कुछ भी हो जाता है and people suggest 10 different things कि योगा कर लो, ये exercise कर लो या ये medicine कर लो. So yoga just happened or you were already thinking about it कि मुझे सीखना है या एकदम immediate it was a yes या you took time to start yoga?
It was not that, somebody referred me, of course, but I think it was the teacher who really inspired me. At that time, she was, I think, around 62, 63. And she was the best yoga teacher, or you can say as a student also. She used to do the best yoga among all of us. She was the one who really inspired me. And I started learning with her with sincerity. And of course, it was helping my own physical health, mental health. So that put me into yoga.
So for how many years you learned from her?
I learned from her literally almost like 9 to 10 years.
And after finishing learning, like after 9-10 years, you decided to teach yoga?
No, actually I started teaching yoga almost after 5 years or 6 years of learning from her.
Okay.
I started teaching. And that also came up just as friends. They were asking me to, just teach them or a few asanas which will help this part of the body or something like that. So we were literally doing it together at the clubhouse. We started doing it as if we are doing it together, that's all. It was not that I am teaching and they are learning. It was just that we are doing it together, that's all.
Yeah.
So that's how we started doing. It was a nice you can say environment when we could all talk positive and do yoga together.
But after 5 years, you felt that you were confident that in your building clubhouse, you could teach few friends and they were also confident of you. So I think that is the power of yoga, that it makes you open, it makes you receptive. And it was a new thing coming to you, but you were open to accept it.
Yes, because I think when I was learning yoga, I was very I was actually a backbencher, but then my ears were really into it. My mind was into it. I was listening to her very carefully. I wanted to know which asana does good to which part of the body. That was
Okay.
going into mind very, very, I can say, sincerely. I heard
You
that, and then I was able to, teach also accordingly. So that was the main thing.
So you started enjoying becoming a teacher also? Like you were a student and a teacher at the same time, which was a more difficult role.
I think I was enjoying being a teacher. I had
Yeah.
become more committed,
Mm.
and I was thoroughly enjoying. But yeah, I would still love to be a student also, because learning doesn't finish at any age. I would love to learn more and more about yoga and more about mental health, how I can help people. So
Yeah.
I keep learning still, but yeah, as a teacher also, I thoroughly enjoy, because when I see people change and when they tell me how it has helped, it really gives me a kick. It really makes me feel very high.
And while you became a teacher, it must not have been an easy change. You were taking classes, like you had mentioned to me that you were taking classes in the morning. So, all these years you were doing things at your pace, in your comfort zone. आराम से सुबह वो गरम चाय की प्याली enjoy हो रही है in your beautiful balcony. And then suddenly वो गरम चाय की प्याली को फटाफट finish करना, घर पे भी सबका करके आना कि okay, the tiffin is sorted, everything else is taken care of, and your family also, who's used to just calling you, and then they see okay, you're gone for 2-3 hours and you're taking classes. So कई लोगों को होता है कि हमें यार अपनी सुबह ना बहुत प्यारी होती है कि we love our morning routine. So for you also it would have been like pushing yourself, coming out of your comfort zone. It was a change. So how was this change embraced?
I think I'm also a person who's not a morning person. I mean, I'm a Piscean, so I would love to sleep till late. But then I don't know what gave me that kick. I can't tell you. It was so I was becoming very, very passionate about it, and I was loving it because it was helping me, my my autoimmune, my own health. It was helping me, and then my family also realized it, how important it was for me to exercise and do yoga. So they also helped me with the tiffin chores and the morning difficult things. It was taken care, and then I was realizing that I was becoming more organized. My day was becoming longer with
Yes.
yoga, and I was able to organize my house, my family much better than
Mm.
earlier. So I kept on going and increasing my. The students became more. The
Yeah.
sessions became more slowly,
Wow.
and
Mm.
suddenly I realized that yeah, this is my ikigai. It was not that it was my childhood dream to become a
Yeah.
yoga teacher, but
Yeah.
then yeah, slowly it became my ikigai, and I realized that yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying becoming passionate about it. And I think when you teach, even if you don't know many asanas, it's not important. My co-sister once told me that
Mm.
when you teach, your passion about yoga should be more than even what you've learned. If you are
Yeah.
passionate about it, you will put into your students
Mm.
much more. Yeah.
And this passion develops over time, right? It just doesn't come in first class, or like when you would have started yoga with Sukanya, that first year, did you still feel that passion had developed, or it develops with time, right?
Yeah, I was not passionate, but yeah, because it was helping, I was trying to
Yeah.
be sincere and committed. But yeah, I was a typical backbencher. I was a typical student. I would love to take a holiday. I would love to have more shavasanas and all. I used to ask Sukanya to give me makarasan more and shavasana more. But yeah, the moment I became teacher, I realized that everything is important in yoga. The shavasana also, and the other exercises also. That way.
And also, I feel whatever we do, if we are passionate about it, there's no looking back. We never feel demotivated. I remember you mentioned that there were times when you just had one or two students, but for them also, you never discontinued the class, be it one student or two student. You were always regular with classes. You never stopped the classes, and now you're running 3 to 4 batches, having more and more international students. So I think it's the passion which keeps us going in whatever work, in whatever activity we are doing.
Yes. And I think the teacher whom you're learning with makes a lot of difference. She was also as committed as I am, because I remember even she would teach only one student also at a time. I never thought that it's for one student. I used to think I'm also exercising with her or him. So that
Yeah.
way it became bigger and bigger day by day,
Oh.
and thoroughly started enjoying it on everyday basis.
There are many people who ask us that, how should we find our Ikigai? What should we do? So, any message you have for the viewers in this Ikigai series? Our aim is to help the viewers to help begin their search of Ikigai. So, any message for our viewers?
I can just say that instead of, yeah, of course, it's nice that you can explore a lot of things, but then instead of exploring, you can just look into yourself, and maybe you have a knowledge of something which others don't have, even the younger generation may not have. So
Yeah.
that is something which you can make it into your ikigai. Sharing knowledge, sharing happiness, it gives you a lot of happiness, I tell you. So I feel there's a lot of things which you yourself have inside. Share it with people and you will realize that that's your ikigai. I would like to also add that there are a lot of things which we never thought would become a profession. Like, for example,
Yeah.
sari draping was never
Yeah.
a profession. Okay,
Yeah.
25 years back, nobody could think of home chefs.
Yeah.
Nobody could think that people will call somebody for just sari draping. You know, so these are the things which are inside you. In
Yeah.
India, we all ladies like to wear saris, and but the thing is, the next generation may not know how to wear saris, right? The next generation, they want home food, but then, maybe they don't want to keep a cook at home. So there are so many things which you can do in life, uh, which is maybe in you. So you
Yeah.
need to just look into yourself and just find out what can we do to get our ikigai.
Wonderful. This is so inspiring. We all feel कि कुछ नया ट्राई करो, कुछ एक्सप्लोर करो, बट उस चक्कर में हम अपने अंदर का टैलेंट भूल जाते हैं. हम एक दूसरे को देख के बहुत जल्दी इंस्पायर हो जाते हैं, बट ये भूल जाते हैं कि हमारे अंदर क्या है. हम सबके पास कुछ ना कुछ एक चीज है जो हम दूसरों से शेयर कर सकते हैं, चाहे वो हमारी क्राफ्ट स्किल्स हो, कुकरी स्किल्स हो, हमारे कंप्यूटर स्किल्स हो, और कुछ नहीं तो हमारे कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स हो. There is so much to share. We just heard how Alpana was benefited from yoga and how she wanted to share her knowledge of yoga to others. She wanted to spread the benefits of yoga, and in this journey, she found it to be her Ikigai. Ikigai can be sharing your knowledge and experiences and spreading happiness through that. Teaching yoga is just one of them. Thank you, Alpana.
Thank you so much.